Round and around we go.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host Yan. Injury updates. Carney Chukwuemeka had surgery, I believe, last night. How long is he going to be out for? In fact, how long are all the big hitters going to be out for? Reece James, Benoit Badiashile, Wesley Fofana. We're going to give you injury updates in today's video. We've got a Here We Go. Chelsea have signed a new goalkeeper, Petrovic, from the MLS teams in New England, something or rather. For a little amount of money, Sanchez will remain the number one. We can talk a little bit more about Chelsea moving forwards, what we're doing, and everything like that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for considering supporting the content by liking and subscribing. I am doing short form content now. You might have seen it here on the channel, on the shorts section. Also, you'll be able to catch me on my social medias at Football Yannick on Instagram. Everyone uses Instagram, right? And I made a TikTok to be like the kids, at football.yannick. Yeah, so go check me out there for exclusive nudes. Also, man, you guys who are interested, I have started doing content again on my second channel. I have 3 channels. That's right. You might call me a greedy little so-and-so over the year, but you know, these are from many, many years ago. Football Yannick, the channel, which is aptly named considering my social media, I've started uploading. I did do a comment on the Mason Greenwood scenario, and I will start uploading just general conversational stuff about all football, so feel free to follow there. In fact, I'd urge you to go over there and subscribe and like, because if you like my content, you might want to hear me speak. You might not even support Chelsea, and you'd be like, oh, this is an opportunity to hear Yan talk about my club. Pas mal du tout, huh? Right, let's get into the transfer news. Tom Roddy of The Times has confirmed on his Twitter account, or is it called X now? Can we just call it Twitter? He said, Fulham have pulled out of contention to sign Callum Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea, which is pretty big, actually, because they were the biggest team. They were like the most, I was going to say, because, you know, Nottingham Forest won him. They've got 2 European Cups. Fulham don't have any European Cups. But they were like the most like seemingly well-funded team that, you know, he would remain in Fulham. They were playing under Marco Silva. They haven't had the best start of the season, but generally they're a good outfit. Nice stadium, recently upgraded stadium in the Cottage. Lovely place to go watch football, I imagine, to play football. Although the winter, as I always say, it will freeze your ruddy testicles off. A cold breeze cutting off the Thames and into the depths of your testicles. So what's left is Nottingham Forest and Everton. There is talk, of course, Chelsea want Brennan Johnson from Forest. Overpriced, not a sexy signing, but maybe this is the way to go. I mean, I'm reliably informed by many of you intelligent football-watching people that he is a good player and would be an exciting signing. So I defer to your superior knowledge, and I'd be like, all right, let's get him. But they potentially want a midfielder. We'll speak of us sending Andre Santos on loan to them. We've, of course, reacted to that potentiality here on the channel before. And then who knows? Maybe we do a deal with Callum Hudson-Odoi. They get a tricky winger that can play on the left-hand side, and we get a more narrow player in Brennan Johnson, who can hopefully be creative. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. We'll keep tabs on Callum Hudson-Odoi, and let's talk about the Here We Go. Chelsea have signed the goalkeeper. Fabrizio Romano says, understand George Petrovic will sign on Wednesday, as tomorrow, as a new Chelsea player. It will be a 7-year contract. I actually read it 7+1. 8-year contract. Initial 7-year contract till Project 2030. Told it will, here we go. It will include an option for 1 more year. So 8 years essentially, unless Chelsea are done with him. $17.5 million fixed, which I believe is what, like under 13 million quid, 13, and plus a little tiny bit of add-ons that could go to the New England Revolution. Okay, so and here we go, confirmed. Chelsea have a new second goalkeeper. Ben Jacobs of CBS also confirmed that he is coming in to just offer competition to Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez is the number one. He's quite literally wearing the number one. We've got Ben Roberts, the goalkeeping coach, who loves him. Chelsea are planning around Robert Sanchez to be our number one goalkeeper. I don't really care about that so much. I'm okay with it. I saw some Chelsea fans across the social media are conflicted about this. If you've got a big problem in goal, it's a big problem. But if you don't, then you don't. There you go. It's a bit of philosophical insight for you there. What I mean by that is, when Kepa had that disastrous record-breaking bad season, you need to bring another goalkeeper in. But when you've got a capable goalkeeper who's got scope for development and improvement, even if he's not playing perfectly, I'm okay with that. Plus also, we bought Robert Sanchez for 20 million quid. I know this sounds awful and vulgar and to say what's 20 million quid? But there is an element of, you could just buy another goalkeeper, and they're not on ridiculous wages, goalkeepers. So, we move. Our problem is scoring goals. Yes, it's probably right to say that defensively we have been poor in our opening 2 games of the Premier League campaign. How much of that is on Rob Sanchez? I don't know. You'll have to tell me down in the comment section. But I think that's more holistic, systemic stuff. We looked way better defensively in pre-season. Granted, yes, it's pre-season and you're just vibesing out in America playing Wrexham. But you don't just play Wrexham, you play other teams as well. We played Brighton. Actually, we conceded 3 goals to Brighton. So let's scrap that. Point being, we've looked better defensively. I think it's more of a holistic thing. I think it's a systemic thing. I am very interested in seeing just a 4-2-3-1 and, just really drilling that formation and stopping. Just get something down, Don't try anything fancy. Get one system down, one formation down. Just lock it down. Play it all season. We're coming up from the depths of the trenches from 12th place. I think we're 15th at the moment. I know it's the beginning of the season. But, just one game a week, boys. Drill this formation. You know what you want. You know what you're doing. You know what we want, rather. And just go with that. Stop fanning around 3-back systems, etc. Anyway, let me know what you think about Petrovic. Here we go. New Chelsea goalkeeper. Exciting, right? It's exciting. Yeah. All right. A big problem for Chelsea, amongst all the other big problems, is injuries. Now, Jonathan Gorey has written on the Evening Standard who's injured and what's going on. Of course, the biggest and most latest, well, not the biggest, but the most latest was Carney Chukwuemeka doing an injury on his knee, and he has, after he scored a wonder goal, of course. Chelsea are already dealing with mounting injury problems early in the season and have been hit by another lengthy absence. Mauricio Pochettino has not been dealt the easiest of hands on the fitness front, with captain Reece James suffering a hamstring problem on the opening day. Goal scorer Carney Chukwuemeka is another one who picked up a problem within the opening 2 games of the campaign, leading to more frustration for Pochettino. You need to learn, Poch, that you manage Chelsea now. And gone are the days of our Jose Mourinho era where we just never have injuries. Arsenal would constantly have injuries, but Chelsea had... Was it Eva Carneiro? Was she the secret? Her, magisterial beauty. I hope that's not bad to say. She was a beautiful woman. That's not disrespectful. I'm respectfully saying she was beautiful and a very good doctor. But then again, all humans are beautiful, am I right? Let's move on very quickly. But there was a time when Chelsea never got injuries. Pochettino. Here's a list of Chelsea injuries and return dates. Reece James, the skipper. Thankfully for the Blues, Pochettino has insisted that James was looking at a return date for weeks rather than months. Now that is music to all of our ears. No offense to Malo Gusto, though, who's been a fine deputy, especially defensively for most part. But you want your captain. It's just Reece James ultimately. He's a James child. They're amazing at football. With that in mind, the return date is after the upcoming international break. Quote from Pochettino: "It is not about a few days, maybe a few weeks, but the most important thing is the evolution. The good thing is it's not a big issue." Okay, good. Well, if it's not a big issue, then that's good. I mean, something that could take weeks, for me is a big issue. but as long as Poch is happy, I'm happy. As long as Big Poch is happy, I'm happy. Big Pete reference there. Christopher Nkunku, the Frenchman impressed during pre-season, but was cruelly cut down by a knee injury in the final game, of course, in the tour in America. Nkunku underwent surgery pretty much immediately, I think, as has Carney Chukwuemeka, and is not expected back for a number of months. We are thinking December. That's the sort of touted return date for Christopher Nkunku. So let's hope for December. Carney Chukwuemeka. Carney has undergone surgery on a knee injury and sustained against West Ham on Sunday. So yes, he pretty much immediately went for surgery. Hit a scan, they were like, right, let's just chop this up immediately. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works with surgery, but you know what I'm saying. Chelsea did not give a timeline for the teenager to return, but the Standard Sport understands, and it's been reported around social media, that it will be around 6 weeks, which, to be honest, isn't that bad, because 6 weeks, a month and a half. I thought it was going to be ACL. It could be ACL. I think it's MCL he did instead. I know anterior cruciate ligament. I don't know what M stands for. Anyway, you know, when you do like a cruciate ligament injury, you can be out for months and months and months. So 1.5 months, I'm gonna chalk that one up as a win personally. So Armando Bria, this is an interesting one because where's he been? Bria, who's been talked up by Pochettino, is nearing a return after a serious knee injury suffered in December. Because, like, he was training and then, like, didn't do the preseason tour stuff. And it's a weird one with Bria because he is being talked up. He's always been talked up by Chelsea and now indeed by Pochettino. He's obviously spoken to people at the club and been like, yeah, we rate this kid really highly. You know, he's good. So we want to see him, though. We want to see him get a proper crack in the first team. Benoit Badiashile, like Nkunku, Badiashile is not expected back in action for a while after a serious hamstring injury. The Frenchman is back in training, but the nature of the issue, he's unlikely to be rushed back. It's a weird one with Badiashile. We're all sort of waiting for him to return. And when he does return, people are expecting maybe, because Axel Disasi wasn't so impressive the last time out against West Ham. When you look bad against West Ham, you got a problem, man. Yeah, so, you know, people are saying, let's get both left footers in there. You know, Levi Colwill and Benoit Badiashile. Now, that's because people want to see a back four. Thiago Silva probably can't play in a back four. There's no issue playing with two left footers. And I heard on the Athletic Straight Out of Cobham podcast, the new chap on there was talking about some people aren't overly happy with Levi's initial contributions, but he's been playing in a weird hybrid left centre-back, left-back role. Just play him as a left centre-back, as he's supposed to, and you'll see good things. So maybe Benoit Badiashile moves over, two big strong boys, and left-footers. Why not have two left-footers? And finally, Wesley Fofana, the £75 million defender, is unlikely to play at all this season after suffering an ACL. And of course, that's why we signed the aforementioned Axel Disasi. All right, mate. Well, there's a lot to get into already. We've had a here we go. We've got return dates. We've got Hudson-Odoi stuff. Good news with Carney coming back in 1.5 months. I think that's really, really positive. Let me know what you think, though. Chelsea, of course, is still looking to do bits in the transfer market. We are looking at the likes of Brennan Johnson. I know it's not the sexiest name, but if it comes in, hopefully it helps us. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'd like to remind you to check out the second channel if you want more content and you are interested in me talking about non-Chelsea football stuff, because I do have opinions on other stuff too, hopefully not too biased. So it's second channel is Football Yannick. You just search Football Yannick and I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. You know. All right, mate. See you in the next one. Keep it locked. Peace.